We're explaining the HTTP status 400 bad request error in Python. This error means that the server couldn't understand your request because it was incorrectly formatted or contained invalid data. Let's look at common causes and how to fix them. 1. Incorrect request method. You might be using the wrong HTTP method: get, post, put, delete, etc. for the API endpoint. For example, trying to send data with a GET request instead of a POST request will often cause a 400 error. Double-check the API documentation to ensure you're using the correct method. 2. Missing or incorrect parameters. APIs often require specific parameters in the request. If you're missing a required parameter, or if a parameter has the wrong data type or format, you'll get a 400 error. Carefully review the API documentation to ensure you're sending all required parameters with the correct values and data types, e.g., integers as integers, strings as strings. 3. Invalid JSON or XML data. If you're sending data in JSON or XML format, ensure it's properly formatted and valid. A single misplaced bracket or incorrect tag can cause a 400 error. Use a JSON or XML validator to check your data before sending the request. Python libraries like JSON can help validate JSON. 4. Data type mismatch. Pay close attention to the expected data types. Sending a string when an integer is expected will cause issues. Ensure that your data is in the correct format as defined by the API. 5. Request body too large. Some APIs have limits on the size of the request body. If you're sending a large amount of data, it might exceed this limit, resulting in a 400 error. Check the API documentation for any size restrictions. If there's a limit, consider sending the data in smaller chunks or using a different approach, like file upload. 6. Character encoding issues. Ensure you're using the correct character encoding, like UTF-8, when sending data. Incorrect encoding can lead to the server misinterpreting your request. 7. Debugging techniques. When debugging a 400 error, carefully examine the error message returned by the server. It often provides clues about the specific problem. Use Python's requests library's response.txt or response.json to inspect the server's response for more detail. Print your request data before sending it to ensure it's formatted correctly. If you're using a framework like Flask or Django, check your request handling logic for potential errors. Thoroughly examine your code to identify where the error originates. It could be a simple typo in a parameter name or a missing element in a JSON body. By systematically checking these points and using appropriate debugging techniques, you can efficiently identify and fix the root cause of the 400 bad request error in your Python applications.